Fox News alert. Russian President Vladimir Putin now speaking in Moscow, where it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just after the arrival of China's President Xi Jinping.
This is the first time she visits since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And the meeting expected to focus on countering the U.S. and establishing a new world order.
Mark Meredith joins us live from the White House. Mark, good morning.
Rachel, Stephen, Brian, good morning to all three of you. This is the 9th time in the last 10 years that China's president has made a visit to Russia. He touched down in Moscow about 40 minutes ago. He's going to be in Russia for at least 2 days. And later today, in the next few minutes, it looks like he'll be meeting one-on-one with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Ahead of the visit, the Chinese are calling Russia a comprehensive strategic partner. We also heard from the Chinese president ahead of the visit. He put out a statement in which he said, quote, "We have every reason to expect that China and Russia, as fellow travelers on the journey of development and rejuvenation, will make new and greater contributions to human advancement." While the Chinese are putting out a positive spin for Putin, this trip may offer a major boost. The International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Putin just last week. He's also facing enormous pressure back in Russia to change tactics as the war in Ukraine drags on. The White House says this visit is also all about shoring up support between Russia and China as they get ready to challenge the U.S. and its allies on the global stage. Steve, Rachel, and Brian, back to you guys.
And Mark, the White House can't like the fact that essentially this new world order, they're picking up sides. You know, it's China and now Russia and Iran versus the United States, the United Kingdom, NATO, and the rest of the world's up for grabs.
Well, it certainly feels like we're kind of entering this next phase of what some have been calling Cold War 2.0. But also you've seen the U.S. try to counter that narrative. You had the president out west just last week with the British Prime Minister, the Australians, all a sign that they believe that they can counter what's going to be happening between China and Russia. But you're right. It seems like everybody's picking their sides at the moment.
Ultimately, what this comes down to, this strategic meeting today, it's all about guns.
Putin needs this meeting from all sorts of different perspectives. First and foremost, he needs some kind of validation that like an important head of state will see him after being indicted as a war criminal by the International Criminal Court in The Hague. But probably even more important after that is he needs weapons. Russia is running out of weapons. I think more than 3,500 tanks have been destroyed. Aircraft have been shot down. They're running out of artillery. They're running out of drones are getting shot down. They've lost 165,000 soldiers. And so China is probably the only country that can change the complexion of this war. And if they start to supply weapons in large quantities to Russia, that would be really bad for Ukraine and really bad for us.